Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Thank you very much for the responses that I received from the video that I uploaded earlier about the Energy Audit Conditional Grant. So it's very encouraging response, and I received quite numbers of queries asking about the audit grants. However, I'm not the administrator, so please contact SEDA Malaysia. Go to the website seda.gov.my, okay, to get more information about the grant. Okay, I just helping the government to promote this good effort and a good initiative from the government. Today, further to the video that I've uploaded about the grant, okay, which now if you're qualified as a company, you can apply. Now I'd like to share how you can maximize, how you can maximize the benefit from the grant. Okay, how you can benefit your company from the grant. I'd like to share some tips, on how, what to be considered and what need to be done, okay, to maximize the benefit from the grant. Okay, so as I informed earlier, okay, in my video that the grant is not available for the applications. But my advice here, independently, okay, the first thing what you need to do, if you are interested to go for the grant, the first thing you must look into your company's commitment. Because bear in mind, the grant is conditional grant. Energy audit conditional grant means that it comes with the conditions. The conditions is very simple. The government embarked on this project, on this program, and put up some fund, okay, for the purpose of promoting energy efficiency projects implementation. Therefore, the condition is very simple. One, once you got the grant, you receive the grant, there must be commitment from the management to implement, okay, to implement the recommendation that will be proposed by the energy auditor in the energy audit reports. Based on the 11 Malaysia plan, the grant for the first time, it was introduced. I think it will be similar in this the version 2.0 of the grant. Okay, you will be required, okay, to implement, okay, the recommendation outlined in the energy audit report later by the auditor. Okay, within 3 years, you must achieve at least 15% savings based on the recommendation in the reports. Must be 15% in 3 years, okay, of the implementation projects. Means that you are expected to implement the recommendation, not just getting the nice report. Or, okay, or at least the company who may granted with the grant, receive the grant, they must invest, okay, in implementing the energy saving measure recommended in the energy audit reports, at least equivalent amount of the grant. Let's say you receive the grant 60,000 ringgit. So in that 3 years, you must show to the government you have invested at least 60,000 ringgit to implement your energy saving projects or energy efficiency projects recommended in the, in the energy audit reports. So that's the condition. Because this is not just a free money. Okay, so first thing we need to do, if you are interested, first check your company commitment. Check with the top management. Are they ready to implement the recommendation that will be presented in the reports, if it is feasible technically and financially? That's one thing. Gain the commitment, confirm the commitment. If not, don't waste your time and waste the money. Because the energy audit report, it's only useful if you implement the recommendation in the reports. First, okay? Second one, the selection of the energy auditor. Normally, this one done, and you have to select the most qualified energy auditor or energy service company. Normally, they have this kind of services provided by the energy service company or ESCO. ST has a list of ESCO in the ST website. List of ESCOs that are registered with the Energy Commission, but over 200 of them. But the question now, how to select the good one or the most qualified one? My question now, are all ESCOs are capable to conduct detailed energy audit as required in the outlined in the grant requirement? I can tell you now, no. Not ESCOs listed in Energy Commission website are capable, are having the competency, the expertise, and the experience to conduct energy audits. Not all of them, because the requirement to become ESCO to be listed in Energy Commission website is not mandatory for you to be able to conduct energy audit. Okay, so you have to select the right ESCO, the competent ESCO. So that's why the second reference you can refer, you go to the MySCO website, the association. I have to confess now. Okay, I have to confess, even though I'm not a MySCO member, I'm among the MySCO members who are not providing energy audit services. Even among the MySCO member, some have the capacity to conduct energy audit, some don't. Okay, because energy services, they are comprising of many services, not only energy audit. Okay, so what can you do? Therefore, I would like to share some tips, okay, on how to select, there's some criteria you can consider when you selecting your ESCO, okay, to conduct the energy audit. The first criteria you should consider is their technical competency, means that the personnel who are competent to conduct energy audit. Okay, how you can confirm that? You can ask, first look at their track records, experience. How many audit has they had? How many energy audit has they have conducted? Or you can look at their competency. Even though in Malaysia, there is no such thing as, competent energy auditor authorized by the authority, but there are some, there are some certificate, that qualify somebody as a qualified energy auditor provided by some entity, for example, by the by association, such as MySCO, by the Malaysia Green Tech Corporation, and so on. There are some competency. Sometimes they are provided by the foreign institution or foreign entity. So these are among the certificate you can ask. Do they have the so-called certified energy auditor certificate? Normally, based on my knowledge and experience, this certificate normally not easily to gain. They must meet certain requirement for them to be able to secure that or qualify to get certificate. Means that some degree of their knowledge and competency has been tested. Okay, so first look at their experience. How many audit, audit they have conducted, and secondly, you can look at the personnel at the ESCO. How many of them certified with a certain qualification of being energy auditor. Okay, that on the personnel. Second one, okay, look at the track record of the company. Okay, how many energy audit they have conducted. Doesn't matter whether it's in Malaysia or other countries. I know some Malaysian companies conducted energy audit at other countries as well because they are qualified. Even some Malaysians are qualified as energy auditor at other countries such as Singapore. Okay, so look at their track records. Track records. How many audit they have conducted. And here we are talking about the detailed energy audit or investment grade energy audit. Okay, that's number 2. First, just now, the personal competency and track record experience. And second one, track record of the company. The third one, check. You can set the criteria. Look for ESCO that has the basic energy audit equipment. It doesn't matter whether they rent it or they own it. Because to conduct energy audit, you must have some basic equipment. For example, we're talking about building facilities. If you want to audit your chiller, your electrical system, you must have at least power data logger. Okay? You must have at least flow rate meter. Okay? To measure your flow rate of your chill water, for example. These are basic. Not only that, not only equipment. They must have the competent personnel who can conduct that measurement using this equipment, because this equipment is quite specialized equipment. Okay, look at that. Do they have such equipment or not? Okay, and finally, okay, look at the standing of the company. Okay, I think something that unwritten, okay, based on the last experience, the one I know of in the market. Okay, there are possibility where companies don't have the capacity to conduct energy audit, but they are registered as ESCO, and they get the job, they outsource to somebody else. My worry is that, if that happens, the amount of money that been given as a grant is not fully utilized for the audit itself. It's about making profit on top of that. If the money goes directly to the company that are capable and qualified, okay, to perform the energy audit, they will conduct energy audit accordingly. If the money go to another layer, this will be very, very, my worry is that it will so-called reduce the quality of the energy audit, because the company that truly doing the energy audit getting lesser than what it's supposed to be. I can tell you now, the amount that government may give you 60,000 or 100,000, for 60,000 for building facility maximum, okay, 100,000 for the factories maximum, not that much. Because I know a good energy audit require a very specialized people. Okay, and that is not cheap. I can tell you the amount of audit normally for good audit, more than that. But it's good enough. The government gives such amount. At least it helps. It helps. To create more. Activity in the industry. Okay, so bear in mind. So I hope if you are the owner of the station, be mindful of this. Look for companies who are truly capable of conducting energy audit. Okay, that's my advice. Okay, that's my advice. Okay, and then the third one. First one, confirm the commitment. Secondly, select the most qualified ESCO who truly can perform energy audit. Okay, and then the next one, at this stage, you must also consider if you want to implement the recommendation. Let's say you want to implement the saving projects, any saving projects from the energy audit data. You should consider now, once you apply for the audit, for the grant, okay, for the grant, what kind of funding you will look into, how we're going to fund the projects, how we want to fund the implementations. For me, if you have the budget, you can implement yourself within your internal budget. It's very good. That would be the ideal scenario. Okay, the ideal scenario where you have your own capital. Okay, you can spend that for your implementation of your projects. It's very, very good. Okay, bear in mind, there are very big possibility, where, and then there will be the recommendation to implement the saving project in the audit report later. They require capital cost, huge capital cost, big one. That's the purpose of energy audit. We want to find the potential that huge, but huge saving potential most of the time require huge capital cost. Okay, so that's why at this point of time, you must consider as well. Okay, what kind of funding you may look into when you want to implement the projects later, the saving projects. Okay, if you have capital, internally, it's very ideal, it's very good. Means that you have that commitment. However, if you don't have, okay, please don't hesitate, consider other options. Yeah, you can opt for the potential of energy performance contracting. Okay, you can even opt for the private financing. You can borrow money from the bank, because normally energy efficiency projects, is very technically very low risk projects, because most of the solution, most of the technology being used often proven. I give an example. If you are talking about air conditioning system in a building facility, okay, if your system is old, over 20 years old, not efficient, if you change a new chiller, naturally with this audit or not, with the audit or not, you change new chiller. The 20 years ago technologies, and then now technologies today, okay, definitely will be much more efficient today. Naturally, you will save energy. But the energy audit, make sure that the proper analysis being done, and they can identify, they can quantify, almost exactly how much exactly you can save from your improvement. Okay. All are proven technology. Efficient chillers are proven technologies. It's confirmed the savings almost, I would say, guaranteed. The challenge now, how much more you can get, if you have the specialist to conduct energy audit and find the potential and quantify for you. Okay, so consider all the options. You can go for the external funding, borrow money from the banks, or even you can consider the third-party financings. Okay, such as the energy performance contracting through energy service company or ESCO, where you can go for the performance contracting, either performance guaranteed model or shared saving model. Okay, shared saving model where you can share the saving throughout the certain periods. Okay, that's number 3. Okay, the first one, commitment. Okay, first one, commitment. Okay, and then the second one, qualification. I know the personal competency, track record experience, and then company track records. Okay, company track record. Okay, and then fourth one, option of funding. Think now. Okay, and finally, I want to share with you. Finally is the which building you need to select, which facility you need to select. Okay, at this point of time, you should know. You have to look at which building that you think the most suitable for you to utilize this grant. Okay, for example, I can give you some tips here. Okay, the building must be the one that use the most energy. Let's say you have a few buildings. Okay, you look for the building that use the most energy. That's number 1. Okay, number 2. Okay, look at building that that least efficient or already old. Okay, all the systems are old. For example, the chiller 20 over years. Everything is old. Okay, and old building. Okay, high consumptions. Okay, you know that, I believe all of you have your technical personnel. They should know, whether the system that they have now, from their experience, is sufficient or not. They should know. So these are normally the candidates of, facility or building that, suitable to go for this. If you don't have such facility, don't go for this grant. You're going to waste your money. For example, if you have a new building, less than 5 years, some even still under warranty, less than 2 years under liability periods. Okay, some even still under the so-called, if you get the supply from Tenaga Nasional, you still got the CSC charge, connected load charges, where if you reduce your consumption within certain, value, you have to be penalized for your CSC charge, all that. So the selection of the building also, is very important. Find, the suitable building that, can go for this, where you can utilize this grant. Okay, so I think that's all what I would like to share. So some advice, some guides, how you can maximize, the benefit of this grant. Because the whole idea of this grant, government is really wanted to see at the end of the day, whoever receive the grant will implement some large scale energy saving projects. Okay, that exactly will make the grant become very, very useful, or even government to consider to continue in the coming years. Okay, so I hope that that this sharing useful for you. So if you have any query further, you can go to the email that I put at the bottom of the screen. I'm more than happy to help you, okay, to assist you. My years of experience, we make to use, to advise people like you, because again, I'm not conducting energy audit anymore. Okay, without so I don't have that, I think I'm not conducting energy audit, and I think it's fair for me to give much more independent advice or sharing with that. Okay, so with that, I hope again consider all the factor to maximize the benefit from the grant, and then don't wait. Okay, once if you feel that you have all that, all the building, which building to do, you have the potential building to be in for you to investigate it through the energy audit. Please, please, okay, go to SEDA, okay, or get your energy manager to help you, but your district manager to help you, or your RIM to help you to apply, and then apply fast, because I was told that it's first come first serve basis. Okay, a first come first serve basis. If you come fast, you get it. Until the budget ended, and until the budget finished. For that. With that, thank you very much. I hope we can see you again. I hope the sharing is useful. Please share, also subscribe, and also subscribe to the channel if you find it useful.